We're out here at Lake Mead today. I was born in the Vegas Valley many years ago, and I remember as a young girl coming out to Lake Mead and playing in the water. It was beautiful beaches and I had a lot of fun. Then in high school, I learned that Las Vegas takes its sewer water, filters it a few times, I think 2, but don't quote me, puts it into the lake, then pumps it out of the lake, filters it at least 4 times. This is again back in the day. And it came out of my faucet, and that is what I showered in.
It's the poop water.
That is what I would drink if I was drinking water out of the tap. And I am so grateful that that water is drinkable, it is safe, I can survive on that. I require water to survive, and I'm so grateful that Las Vegas has figured out a way for me to get my water.
We're all cool with drinking the poop water. You gotta recycle that water, people. If your city's not recycling that water, you should get on that poop water.
That said, when I learned that, I stopped swimming in Lake Mead because I learned about the way Lake Mead is intertwined with our sewer.
Conversely, they found 4 bodies in Lake Mead now, and that's a lot of bodies, but we still drink the water. I actually saw a post on Reddit talking about this theory that there's like a body to water ratio in which you will or won't drink the water. So like if there's a body in a bathtub full of water, you probably won't drink that water. But there's 4 bodies in Lake Mead, and we're still gonna drink that water.
Now, years later again, we're in a whole new era of Lake Mead. I've been learning more things about it recently, and the water is just so low.
So this drought is worse than it's been in 1,000 years, is what scientists are saying. In fact, Lake Mead is only 28% full right now.
I went to a drip irrigation class with Southern Nevada Water Authority recently, and I learned that each state and surrounding areas are allowed to take a certain amount of gallons of water from the Colorado River. Now, the allotment of water has been more than the river has been getting. So states are needing more water than what the river has been providing.
Federal officials have had to close 5 boat ramps because they no longer attach to the water.
So federally, they've been cutting back the allotments, but generally speaking, Nevada is not taking a lot of the Colorado River water. It's a lot of water going to Colorado, a lot of water going to California. Las Vegas does really well with recycling and reusing our own water. The biggest problem is lawns, because that water doesn't come back into the sewer, back into Lake Mead and able to be reused. So we've recently made in Las Vegas changes to our laws surrounding new houses and turf that isn't a park or something like that. So we're taking a lot of really good measures. We actually use less water in Nevada than we're allotted from the Colorado River. So technically other states owe us water, but it's on paper, like we loaned them water and eventually they may have to give it back. Because yeah, Nevada does really well. Recently you may have heard that the lowest original pipe bringing water from the lake into the Vegas Valley is no longer underwater. So that pipe was higher than any of the other pipes subsequently built, and the lake is so low, it's no longer pumping water. The other thing I learned at the class was the water will not flow from Lake Mead into Lake Mojave through the Hoover Dam at around, I think, 900 feet.
895 feet.
Right now.
Is what it has to drop to hit the dead zone.
That's where it doesn't flow below the dam, but we'll still be getting water.
Yeah, so that's where it doesn't flow below the dam, but we'll still get water in Las Vegas. But then we're not producing power either, and thousands and thousands of people rely on that power.
So if we reach a certain depth of water, we will no longer be sending water south in the Colorado.
People keep talking about the dead zone, right? Like when does it stop sending water or producing electricity? And all that has to happen for that is it needs to fall another 26 feet from where it's at right now. And so they're projected that that'll happen by July in 2023. So it's less than a year away.
Our lowest tube that we most recently built is at 800 feet. So the Las Vegas Valley will continue to be able to collect water from Lake Mead after we're no longer sending it south of the dam, where states like Colorado and California are getting their water. So it was an eye-opening experience as someone who was born in Las Vegas and have been in Nevada my whole life. I'm just interested in learning about what's changing and what's different, and I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys because I definitely was happy to hear some of these things, and I'm happy that the water that I use in my home is being recycled and reused. So thank you, Southern Nevada Water Authority, for all of your hard work.
It's the poop water for bodies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what all time is. It's probably high. Anyways, we love Lake Mead, and get that desert landscaping, and we'll just all do our part. Man, I love golf though. That's tough. That's it. But hey, my golf course doesn't have any lakes or ponds anymore. But it's still got grass. I don't know.
At the drip irrigation course, they also showed a graph, a pie chart of where our water usage is going. And surprisingly, the hotels and the golf courses weren't a substantial amount of our water usage. So people tend to think that's the case. It's a little untrue. But definitely lawns, let's take those out, get some drip irrigation. It's still important to plant plants because otherwise our valley will overheat very quickly. So veg growth and life is great, but use drip irrigation so that water isn't being wasted.
Drip irrigation on your trees. So we still need to grow trees and stuff, but just lawns, not so much.
We don't need the grass. Go to the park though, it'll still be there. Okay.
Okay.
Government Wash, and you can already tell that the water's a lot farther away than I've ever seen it down here. It's crazy. The map says that the road ends like back there, and we just kept going. There's still no water. Desert out here.
Wow. If it rains, we're gonna be able to come back this way.
There's some water.
Yeah.
Make sure you speed up when you go through the bottom so you don't get stuck in the sand.
We are literally driving on the bottom of Lake Mead right now. It's a trip.
Yeah, we're not gonna drive down there now.
Testing.
Okay, good. Go stand back.
Okay, here, take my phone. Take my sunglasses. Unless you want me to wear them. I can't stand too far back, there's a cliff. It's very bright. Do you want me to stop here?
Yeah.